The moon hung low in the ink-black sky as our squad of soldiers descended into the heart of the forbidding wilderness. On this night, we were not just soldiers, but pioneers venturing into the uncharted, our hearts pounding with a mixture of adrenaline and dread. Our mission, shrouded in shadows and whispers, was a dark and enigmatic one that twisted our guts into knots of unease. We were tasked with a mission of elimination. Our quarry none other than a family of Sasquatches, those mythical beasts of legend. These creatures were not just figments of overactive imaginations, but tangible threats lurking in the depths of the forest. They were rumored to be responsible for a series of chilling disappearances, their existence a puzzle piece in a jigsaw of the unexplained. As we plunged deeper into the belly of the wilderness, the forest closed in around us. The rustle of leaves underfoot and the distant hoot of an owl were our only company, their sounds knitted together into an eerie symphony that echoed through the stillness. The world around us felt alive, yet alien, a canvas painted with shades of uncertainty. Our commanding officer, a figure of stern authority, barked orders that sliced through the quiet like a knife. His voice, cold and unforgiving, echoed in our ears, a grim reminder of our duty. These creatures are a threat to national security. Eliminate on sight, no survivors. His words hung in the air, a chilling decree that set the tone for our mission. The gravity of our task weighed heavily on us, a burden we carried with stoic resolve. We were soldiers, trained to follow orders, yet the nature of our mission gnawed at the edges of our conscience. Nevertheless, we pressed forward, rifles at the ready, our footsteps a steady drumbeat in the heart of the wilderness. As we ventured further into the unknown, each passing moment was a step towards an encounter with the extraordinary. We were about to cross a threshold, a line between the world as we knew it and the realm of the fantastical. These creatures are a threat to national security. Eliminate on sight, no survivors. These words echoed in our minds, a grim mantra as we plunged deeper into the heart of the unknown. The gravity of our mission weighed heavily on my shoulders, but we pressed forward, rifles at the ready. We were hunters in the night, stalking an entity as elusive as the moonlight dancing through the trees. Our breaths came in shallow whispers, our hearts pounded with a mix of adrenaline and trepidation. We stumbled upon a clearing and there they were, majestic, imposing, a family of Sasquatches, huddled together, their fur glistening in the moonlight, eyes reflecting an intelligence that belied their beastly appearance. They were not the monsters we were led to believe. They were a family, just trying to survive. But orders are orders. In the blink of an eye, the night was pierced with the deafening roar of gunfire. The Sasquatches scattered, their guttural cries echoing in the wilderness, a haunting chorus of primal fear and pain. It was chaos, a symphony of violence that shook the forest to its roots, the earth becoming a canvas painted with the blood of man and beast. In the midst of the firefight, I hesitated. Time seemed to slow as I locked eyes with one of the creatures. Fear and intelligence danced in its gaze. It was a moment of clarity, albeit a fleeting one, like a comet streaking across a star-studded sky. A moment that sowed the seeds of doubt. Were we the heroes in this tale or the villains? But the chaos of battle leaves no room for introspection. The forest was alive with the sounds of gunfire, the air thick with the metallic tang of spent ammunition, and the cries of the wounded. In the face of such chaos, my moment of hesitation was quickly swept away, like a leaf caught in a tempest. Their eyes, filled with a mix of fear and intelligence, met mine. In that moment, I questioned the morality of our mission, but the chaos left no room for contemplation. As the dust settled, I found myself alone, surrounded by the fallen. The echoes of the firefight were still ringing in my ears, the adrenaline coursing through my veins, slowly giving way to a chilling realization. We had been sent on a mission, clear and unequivocal, yet the outcome was anything but. The forest, once vibrant with the chorus of nocturnal creatures, was now uncomfortably silent. The rustle of leaves, the distant hooting of owls, all replaced by the hollow crunch of leaves beneath my boots. The air, once filled with the earthy scent of the wilderness, now reeked of gunpowder and regret. My comrades, once full of life, lay motionless, their eyes glassy and void of the spark that once resided there. Their rifles, once symbols of power and authority, now lay discarded, just cold and lifeless metal amidst the undergrowth. The Sasquatches, majestic and imposing creatures, were nowhere to be seen. They had vanished, leaving behind only the haunting echoes of their guttural howls and the lingering sense of their fear. Who were we to label them as threats? Who were we to decide their fate? The forest, their home, was scarred by our intrusion, their lives forever altered by our aggression. I trudged on, the weight of the fallen heavy on my shoulders. The guilt gnawed at me with each step I took, the silence of the forest amplifying the enormity of our actions. We had been ordered to eliminate a threat, but in the process we had become one. Returning to base was an ordeal in itself. The indifferent nods of the higher-ups, the cold, calculating glances, it all made my stomach churn. We were just pawns in their game, our actions justified by the label of national security. I was the only survivor, left to bear witness to the consequences of our ill-fated mission. The forest, scarred and desolate, was a constant reminder of the cost of our actions. The memory of that night, of the Sasquatch's desperate cries, would forever haunt me. We had set out to eliminate a threat, but in the end, we were the ones left decimated. The guilt gnawed at me as I emerged from the woods, the weight of the fallen heavy on my soul. I made my way back to base, the cold indifference of the higher-ups a stark contrast to the chaos and carnage I'd just left behind. Their eyes, glazed over with the hard sheen of duty, offered no comfort, no sympathy. I was just another soldier reporting back from the field, my words, my experiences, my guilt, mere echoes in a room filled with strategists and tacticians. The emotional impact of that night, however, is something I carry with me even now. It's a constant reminder of the price we paid, the lives we took, and the innocence we shattered. A haunting melody of regret that never seems to fade. The forest, scarred by the sins of man, now stood as a silent witness to the tragic tale of a squad ordered to extinguish a family of creatures that had lived peacefully in the shadows of the trees for generations.